Hey everybody, Scott Perryman with 2023 Bold Predictions. The time has come. In fact, it's a little bit overdue. I understand that, but what's going to happen in real estate in 2023, I'm here to tell you. To be honest, these predictions aren't going to be all that bold, and the reason is I'm deeming this year the year of moderation. We have been through unprecedented time after unprecedented time over the last 3 years, and I think, frankly, we're all due for some precedented times. So I think there's going to be a level setting of a few different key market conditions that are going to make for a healthy 2023, and I'm going to dive into those in detail as we get started here. So the numbers I'm going to predict for you, what's going to happen to sales prices, what's going to happen to interest rates, and then inventory. I want to highlight inventory because for a long time that was where supply and demand dictated prices, and now the interest rates are affecting that. I do want to give you an idea of how the market will calm out over the next 12 months, and at the end of 2023 we'll see just how right I was with where we end up. All right, guys, so first up is prices. There are some eager people out there who just want to know where a price is going to go, and if that's you, we're going to get you home in time for dinner. So I'm looking back to see where we might go this year, and we all know about the insanity of 2020 and, eviction moratoriums, mortgage moratoriums, student loan moratoriums, and what this did to affordability. We know that the Fed put rates down to zero in order to help people through those times, and of course that made houses more affordable, and we started kind of skyrocketing in 2020. So let's look back at 2019 first. The average sales price in Shelby County was $181,000 and some change. As the Fed determined how to deal with COVID, 2020 saw prices up 13%, up to an average of $205,000. That's significant appreciation, but we didn't slow down. 2021 was still a record year, prices up over 12%. 2021 ended the year at $230,500 for an average sales price in Shelby County. Now, last year, things cooled off a little bit, but we still saw big gains, especially in the first part of the year. We ended 2022 with an average sales price of $251,000. That's up 9% over an already hot 2021. But to put all of this into perspective, over the last 3 years, we've seen an average sales price increase 38% from 2019 to 2022. We are due for some precedented times. We are due for more normal appreciation. And one little nugget that I came up with in researching my topics for today was that the highest year-over-year appreciation occurred in 2021 at 19%. So we kind of accelerated over this 3-month period to the middle of 2021, and then we decelerated from that point into 2022. And so now we're set for a leveling of the market. I think at the end of the year, sales prices will be up very modestly, 2%. I think that puts us at an average sales price around $256,000 for Shelby County. That just feels right. But I want to make the point here that this isn't going to happen gradually. It's going to feel very different. In the first half of the year, sales prices are going to be down compared to the early part of 2022. Double digits, then getting into single digits, and I think the latter half of the year, from July forward, is where the market's going to be ready to pay a little bit more for these homes, and you're going to see a latter half of the year around 6 to 7% appreciation, reconciling the first and second half of the year. That's going to put sales prices up 2% at the end of 2023. All right, so there with the sales prices, we kind of talked about how rates going down to zero affected 2020, 2021, and then in 2022, rates doubled at a rate that we've never seen in the history of the United States. Again, unprecedented times that finally were set to kind of balance out a little bit and not see so much volatility. So I put some nuggets that I came up with in researching this topic, and I'm going to kind of look over here and reference those. for a period of a decade, leading up to 2019, rates were in the high threes to the low fours for over 10 years. That allows balance, right? And there's not a lot of change on interest rate that affects affordability, prices, and so on. That's why we saw modest gains over that decade. Well, then we went to zero on the federal exchange rate, and interest rates as a result, mortgage interest rates as a result, came way, way down. We actually bottomed out in January of 2021. We were at 2.65 for the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage. The last time that we were in the twos was November of 2021. That's why 2021 set all those records in terms of price appreciation that we just talked about. And even since 2021, we've been on a steady climb. Again, like I said, 2022, we doubled our interest rates quicker than we've ever seen in the history of the United States. We hit our peak in October of 2022. Rates got up to 7.08% for the fixed rate 30-year average. We stayed there for about 3 weeks, and then we came down just a little bit. We are now around 6% to around 6.5%. Kind of depends on the week and what the Fed just said about how they're going to handle rates as far as our average recently. So I think rates going down to zero and mortgage rates going below 3 for the first time in a decade, the first time ever they got below 3, and then doubling at a pace that we've never seen before. That's the gridlock that we felt as realtors in November and December of 2022. It seemed like the spigot just turned off in terms of showings, contracts, etc. Now that rates have cooled down a little bit, we are seeing activity pick up to start this year, 2023. I think that if we tried to raise rates again, that we would see the gridlock that we saw in Q4 of last year. And because of that, I am saying that the end of the year, our 30-year fixed rate average is going to be around 5.25. I think if we get above 7 again, we see no transactions, and we have to come down on our rates in order to generate activity. So a little bit of context here. We're still below the 50-year fixed rate average. In fact, that's 7.75%. So I could be wrong about this, but seeing how the market reacted in the Q4 of 2022, I think if we tried to go too high, and we've already got these high sales prices, that it's just going to completely shut down the market. And that's why I think we come down as we end the year. This will probably look a lot like our sales prices in the beginning of 2023, rising interest rate environment, leveling off the middle of the year, and then gently coming down just a little bit. Okay, because if we came down quickly and we got into the fours again, well, that's just going to send the market into a frenzy again. That's my prediction for interest rates and my bold prediction for 2023. So the last bold prediction I'm going to make is around available inventory. Going back to that decade of time where we had interest rates in the high threes to the low fours, buying and selling decisions were made based on the available inventory. We had healthy appreciation at that time. Now, I've been in real estate since 2015. I have never seen a balanced market of 6 months of available inventory. At the early part of my career, I did see inventory in the 3 to 4 months range. And I can tell you what that environment looks like if you'll stick around on the backside of this bold prediction with inventory. So let's look backwards at January of 2022. At that time, we were selling about 1,160 homes per month, and available inventory was way down at 778 active listings, less than 1 month of inventory. Now, we've already talked about how prices began to moderate over the course of 2022. And if you look at June, the middle of the year, we had 962 homes available or selling per month and 981 active listings. June was the first time we saw more than a month's worth of available inventory. Now, as the market slows down, we're now today looking at 767 homes selling per month and 1,440 homes available for sale. So that's just under 2 months of inventory. So again, as things moderate, that's the theme for 2023. I think we're going to end this year around 3.5 months worth of inventory. So let me give you a picture of what that looks like. When you have 3 to 4 months of available inventory, days on market grow to about 30 to 45 days, depending on how you price on the front end. You also see sellers making concessions at the closing table, paying closing costs, working with buyers on the repairs that come as a result of the inspection, and you don't see buyers waiving appraisals like we did in 2021 and in 2022 when there wasn't even a month's worth of inventory available for sale. This is a much healthier environment. It's much calmer. You can tell I've even calmed my voice just talking about it. And I think that this is a good thing as, again, 2023 is the year of moderation. So I hope you've enjoyed 2023 bold predictions. We will see interest rates at 5.25% to end the year. We will see home prices up 2 to 3% to end the year. And we will see our available inventory around 3.5 months, which is of course a much calmer environment. Things are going to moderate. If you need buying and selling decisions, consult a realtor. I'm happy to help. Y'all have a great day and thanks for watching.